Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Baking Photographer. So, today we're going to make some buttercream. And also, while we're making buttercream, we're going to try out this new mixer. And this is the 8.5 quart kitchen in the box mixer. So, we're getting ready to try this out while we're making this buttercream today. And I love the Swiss meringue and the Italian meringue buttercream. And it was always such so many steps to making that buttercream. You had to put the sugar on the stove and let it cool down and all this. So now, thanks to some other bakers I've seen on YouTube, this is a much easier way to get the same buttercream and have the same amazing taste. So I am going to double this recipe, but I'm just going to give you the single recipe. So you're going to start with 8 sticks of butter, softened, and you're going to use some pasteurized egg whites. Make sure that it says pasteurized on the box. And of course, I have my vanilla flavoring. So for the egg whites, you're going to use 8 ounces. Okay. And this is just for the single recipe. Now you're going to use 8 ounces of the egg whites, and then you're going to use 1 2-pound bag of confectioner's sugar. But because I'm doubling the recipe, I have 16 sticks of butter here. I have 16 ounces of the egg whites, and I have 2 of the bags of powdered sugar. And then I still kind of like to add some meringue powder to it just to give it a little more stability. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to pour your egg whites in. Okay, that's the first thing there. And then we're going to add in our powdered sugar. All right, I'll just stick that in there. Okay, now the one thing that I did notice about this mixer is it is a bit loud. So that was a little bit of it's not a deal breaker, but it's loud. So what you're going to do is you're going to let this mix until you get stiff peaks in your mixture of your egg whites and your confectioner's sugar. Okay, so now that our egg whites and powdered sugar, we have some, let me show you. We have stiff peaks here. See, we have our stiff peaks. So this is what we were looking for. And I let this mix for probably about 10 minutes or so. But you can just watch it and you'll be able to see when you get those stiff peaks. So now what we're going to do is we are going to begin to add our butter. And we're going to keep this on a low speed while we're adding this butter. And remember, the butter is room temperature. I tell you, this little spout here, this little opening is just wide enough. So just keep adding your butter and just let it incorporate. And then the thing that I love about doing this way is that even if we were to take the splatter guard off, because the powdered sugar was mixed in with the egg whites, then you're not going to have that splatter of powdered sugar everywhere. So that's why I really love this method of buttercream. And also, as you could see, we have our whip attachment on. We're going to switch to our paddle attachment. But right now, we just have our whip attachment on. Okay, we have put all of our butter into our buttercream. And now I'm just going to add 2 tablespoons of clear vanilla. Now you can add whatever flavor that you want in your buttercream. And the thing I love about butter is it takes flavoring very, very well. So you can add whatever flavoring you would like in your buttercream. So we're going to let this whip for approximately 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I've had this buttercream mixing for probably about a good 10 minutes or so. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get ready to switch to our paddle attachment. So we want to make sure that we get all that good buttercream out of this whip attachment here. All right. We're going to take this off. Okay. And then we can kind of do like that so that that buttercream will fall off of there. All right. Let me clean my hands. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead on and take this off as well because we do not need it anymore. This butter up here. And this is already looking good, y'all. This is already looking good. But we do want to whip it a little bit more just to get more smoothness in it. So we're going to add our paddle attachment. Just let me wipe this icing off from around here. It's buttercream from around there. Add this on. And we're going to let this mix about 15 minutes on. So you can just go do something else, whatever you need to do in your kitchen, because this is going to mix for probably about 15 minutes. And then on medium. And then after that 15 minutes, I'm going to bring it down to low and let it mix probably about another 10 minutes just to get the air bubbles out. Okay, guys, now that our buttercream has been finished, look at this beautiful, beautiful buttercream. Look at how creamy and smooth that buttercream is. Look at that, guys. Look at how smooth and creamy that buttercream is.